what shift would you like to see in the world?
I really like that question. And what shift I would like to see, and if I could parent again, I would like to see the shift that people operate more from their own core values. And if I could parent again, I would talk to my children and teach my children more and give language to core values. So I'll give you an example. I would teach my children about kindness and talk about kindness, but say, this is a core value. Or family. In our family, this is a core value of how family is so important. Or this is a core value in our family that honesty is so important. Honesty is a core value in our family. I have a child named Maya. Maya is my oldest child. Maya, what are your core values? So when a child grows up, they know their core values and can make decisions according to their core values. So 87% of adults do not know their core values and so cannot stand firmly and make decisions based on their core values. So a lot of people are just walking on in a fog, really. Like, if you think about it, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but, we learn our core values by osmosis from our family, but to give language to your core values and articulate them, it becomes more of our decision power and gives clarity and focus. So when you're coming to choose your friends, when you're coming to make decisions about, let's say, let's go back to drugs and addiction and alcoholism, because that's a topic. And coping mechanisms, it gives more clarity. Let's say young children. Well, it's in my family. In my family, we do not do this. We do not lie about whether honesty is in. I cannot lie about whether I've been drinking or not to my mother. It's in our core values that we don't lie. We talk about this all the time. Our core value is not to lie. So we use the core value, right? We talk about core values. So when you ask me a shift, that would be the shift I would like to see, that we as a society use core values. If we talk about the bigger language of war, I know I'm taking a big leap here, but in society, if we talk about core values from a family level to a society level, if we base it on, if everyone knows their core values. So if we look at Denmark, for example, they talk about, there's that symbol of fulfillment, Heike, I think they say. Maybe you know it. They're the happiest nation, right? You hear that.
That's a good question, because there might be people listening right now that really don't know what a core value is.
A core value is your fundamental beliefs, the foundation of your fundamental beliefs. So my fundamental belief, my core value is like, family is so important to me. Love is so important to me. Trust is so important to me. Service is so important to me. So I live by my intentions. I have 3 top core values. So love is everything. My purpose is all about love. Trust is so important to me. I need trust in my partner. I need trust in you coming on, that you and I are going to have a really good share between us, and that we are going to be integritous with each other. And service, I want to, every client I have, every encounter I have with my business, with my children, with my husband, I am going to serve but I'm going to serve myself very well, treat myself very, very well. So my 3 intentions and how I live are love, trust, and service. Those are all core values.
So by knowing them, you can, what I'm hearing from you is that you can think about that as you make decisions for how we want to choose in our lives.
Yes. So someone who is who does not communicate well, let's say, who isolates, who is very judgmental. I don't want to be around that person who's judgmental. Someone who treats people poorly. I don't want to be around that person. Someone who is dishonest. I don't want to be around that person. I will be, but I won't engage. I won't put effort into that. Someone who, is harmful. So I make yes and no decisions about how I'm someone who is not congruent with my core values, not exactly the same, but someone who, let's say, who is totally, I'll give you an example. In terms of compatibility, let's say to me, in terms of a love relationship, can I give you an example? So I have a high need for security. Okay. So in terms of travel, so I like to travel and I like to be in hotels. But if I had a partner who wanted to go camping and wanted to do extreme camping and sleep on the ground and, barely a sleeping bag on the ground and look at the stars in grizzly bear country. No, that is not me. That's not the person for me. And the person never wanted to see a 5-star hotel in their life. That's not the person for me. Right? So that's an example. And I love to travel. And the person, my first husband, he never wanted to travel, never wanted to leave the city he was born in. That was that was one of the things we were totally incongruent about. So those core values, or another core value about money. Money is an important core value to people. My first husband spent money like crazy, always had to have cash in his pocket. We were a young couple. We then had 2 children. We were always in overdraft. My stress level was up. I couldn't live like that. And we were always in debt. And eventually that marriage ended, especially when he had his girlfriend. But now my husband and I, we are both financially independent. We do very well. Again, my high need for security. You see how core values have to be congruent in order to flourish. I hope I'm answering your question.
You really are. And, kind of maybe on a tangent to that, what are your favorite quotes? Do they play into some of your core values?
Absolutely. Well, I did. One is Maya Angelou, and life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away.
Oh, wow.
And, when I met my husband, in my 50s, later, 59 is when I met him. I met him when he was doing an act of compassion, another one of my core values. I have 10 top core values. I gave you the top 3, but I'm a very compassionate person. And he was doing a beautiful act of compassion. And I had to go and meet him. I introduced myself.
Wow.
So it's another way you can core values are so important.
Beautiful.
So I gave you a tip right there. And so it took my breath away. It took my breath away when I saw this beautiful man doing something so beautiful. It was divine. It was divinely meant. And the other core value, or the other quote, is by Brené Brown. I'm sure you know who she is.
Lives in Houston. How can I? Right.
Only when you are brave enough to explore the darkness will you discover the infinite power of our light. And, you know, I've been in some pretty dark places with my disease of alcoholism, and coming out of that and thriving. You know, it was that darkest place that brought me into this beautiful light. And it just keeps getting better and better and better, being in recovery and staying strong and strong. You know, I'm working the 12-step program was really designed for living, and it's a spiritual program. And I just love it. And helping women in and out of the program. And it just is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I can well relate to you. And there's so much with that. I really would love for everybody to know what you can offer them.
Well, abundance in life, you know, and what I can offer. So this is my book, and what I would like to do is anyone who wants to email me and contact me at Elizabeth at elizabethnancyjansen.com. Email me. I would be happy to send you an ebook. So send me your email and your phone number. So I will be happy to give you a 30-minute consultation of anything from this call or this podcast that you'd like to discuss if you want any tips further. So that's one offer. The other offer is if anyone who is sober curious or wants to have any discussion about sobriety in that 30-minute call, I'm happy to discuss that. Anyone in the 30-minute call who, if you go to my website, www.elizabethnancyjansen, anyone who wants to have a discussion about attracting love, a love partner, I'm happy to discuss that. Getting to that next level, which includes attracting a love partner in that next level of recovery, or finding that love partner in group coaching. So I've got a lot of things coming up. So it really, I want to customize to you. So it really comes through conversation. I want to customize to you. So if you want the book, if you want to have a conversation with me, please just contact me. That's the best offer I can give you is my time. And I will, and I do one-on-one coaching. So it's the best thing is to contact me. And you can see my website that Jody's going to talk to. You can reach me on LinkedIn. I also have a newsletter on LinkedIn, which is Navigating Sobriety, which I've been getting very good reviews with. I have a YouTube channel, Love is My Why, Elizabeth Nancy Jansen. And what else have I got there, Jody?
I'm sure that you have so much. And by the way, don't worry, you don't have to memorize this, guys. It all will be for you so you can easily read it. And thank you. Thank you for bringing your rays of light to us today. It is really, really so wonderful to know that after 50, after 60 can bring the most love in your life, however you choose to, whatever form that takes. And thank you for showing that and helping others to see that as well.
Oh, it is just a beautiful life. If you're looking for a partner, you know, it's amazing. And I love doing the group coaching, and it's so much fun to do it with a group with other women, and it's action planned. It's not just, someone talking about it, it's actually doing it for yourself, having your own plan and coming with the outcome is you getting what you want. It's amazing.
Well, I can tell that you have, and you're a great example of it. And thank you for being part of being a maven, an expert in your own life, and helping others see that and help them motivate it to become that. Thank you so much.
You can have it
Nancy.
all. You can have it all.